Welcome back, beauties. I'm so happy that you guys are here with me. We are going to be talking about transitioning. I have gotten so many questions, whether you are transitioning or you are natural and you just don't have a set game plan, or you have a lot of information and you just don't know what to do with it. And today, this is it. It's all about transitioning, steps to take, helpful tips. We've all been through this type of transitioning, whether you have had heat or color damage or you're coming from a relaxer. We have all transitioned to where we are now. To be honest, having natural hair, it's not easy. It can start off a bit rough. You can get really flustered, you can get lost, but no matter what, you need to understand, just as fast as you got lost or you feel down or aggravated or you're just ready to give up, you can easily just be found and just get your proper regimen, find the right ingredients, and just get your hair to its highest potential. First step, before you get into what should I buy, how do I know if it's going to work for me, you need to set yourself a game plan. Set yourself a goal. What do you want to achieve? Do you want growth? Do you want moisture? Do you want to tame your frizz? Do you want to get thicker hair? Do you want to control hair shedding? Or do you want all the above? Do you just want to stunt on bitches?
Who don't like to stunt? I love it.
Once you set yourself a goal and you have a game plan, now you need to research. The internet is always going to be your best friend. The internet is still my best friend. If I'm watching a video of a natural and I see she's using something, I don't just go ahead and do it right away. I need to research if that's going to affect me, and what is it going to be, a negative effect or is it going to be a positive effect? Do not get lost on focusing on another person's hair, how their hair looks, what their hair does, the outcome, the styles that they can do versus what you can't do. Never, ever, ever get lost into that. The focus is always on you. Before you set a regimen, you need to understand what kind of hair are you dealing with. And when I say what kind of hair, I don't mean curl pattern.
It has nothing to do with hair care.
Curl pattern has nothing to do with how you take care of your hair. It has nothing to do with what you're going to buy for your hair, what you put onto your hair, how you apply product, what ingredients work, what doesn't work. Is it going to cause allergic reaction? Nothing. So you can sit down and watch someone with your hair type and go out and buy every single product that person has, put it on your head, try to do the styles that she does, and the shit won't work. One way to understand what type of hair you're dealing with is how well can your hair absorb moisture? How long can your hair retain moisture? Do you have high porosity? Do you have medium to normal porosity? Or do you have low porosity? Along with porosity, it's very important to know your density, which is basically the number of hair strands on your head. Then the actual width of your hair. Once you figure out what type of hair you're dealing with, you want to set yourself a regimen. For high porosity hair, wash your hair every 5 to 7 days. Don't let your hair dry out. When I say wash, I mean go in the shower, rinse your hair clean with water only, and apply a deep conditioner. That is what I do every 5 to 7 days. And usually the deep conditioners that I apply are strengthening deep conditioners. They usually have protein in them. If you don't want a deep condition, you can always condition your hair. But it's best, especially if your hair is dry, frizzy, it tangles, you got knots, deep condition your hair. If you want to deep condition for 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, It's up to you, but minimum 30 minutes. Shampoo when needed. I don't shampoo all the time. I always, once a month, clarify my hair. The method that I do, which is the maximum hydration method, I clarify my hair at the end of the month. Sometimes I may have buildup before I end up doing my clarify. So within that month, I will shampoo my hair just with a light moisturizing shampoo. And it's mostly just for the scalp. Pre-poo. Pre-poo is a lifesaver. Before you shampoo, pre-poo. If you have fragile hair like me, heavy conditioners, heavy products is not the best way to go. You want something light, which is why I always pre-poo with a liquid and a hot oil. I will pre-poo with aloe vera juice. I can pre-poo with aloe vera gel, or I can pre-poo with my henna tea. Every day, massage your scalp. Mostly I do it with just my hand, but you have to do it. Massage your scalp. You can also add liquids. I love to add aloe vera juice. You guys know that's one of my favorite things to add. Even fenugreek. Also my henna tea. Do a lot of protective and low maintenance styles is really good, especially when you're transitioning. You want to just heal the hair. You want to keep it as simple as possible. So I would always recommend to protective style or do a low maintenance style at least 3 to 4 times in a month. This could be a bun, and it can't be tight. A flat twist. It could be chunky twist. It could be mini twist. Always make sure your hair is detangled and do not play in your hair. That will ruin and cause some damage. For low porosity, because once you guys have that moisture, you guys can hold on to it. So you don't have to wash your hair every so often, but still, you still need to wash your hair. I like to tell people wash it every week. Every week it's really good, because you're training your hair, you're training your cuticles to open every 7 days and to get a whole bunch of moisture. And make sure when you're washing your hair, use warm water. Get the water just into your hair, rinse it clean, stay underneath that water for like a good 5-10 minutes to make sure your hair shafts are open. Warm water. And of course, when you're going to be deep conditioner, whatever, protein free is best. If you're going to be protective style, that does not mean you don't need to refresh your hair. Refresh your hair every 5 to 7 days. If you're a low porosity, if you're a high porosity and you're protective styling, refresh your hair every 4 to 5 days. And of course, massage your scalp every single day. For high or low, listen to your hair when it comes time to trimming. It's so important to always have a major trim once a year. And of course, it's good to dust your ends every 2 to 3, 4 months, depending on your health. I always have a pair of scissors with me. That way, if I'm doing my hair and I'm like, oh, I feel a knot, I just snip. Styling methods. The Holy Bible for natural hair says LOC or LCO. And that's basically it. Your hair journey is all about discovering what works for you. And the only way to know that is if you make mistakes and you just try different things. I'm high porosity. I've done it all. Ingredients. Of course, the stuff matters, because this is going to help determine, are you going to get hair shed? Is it going to tangle? Is it going to look dry? Is it going to get brittle? No matter if you're high or low or in the middle, always warm your oils before applying to your hair. The best oils. When it comes to leave-ins, creams, gels, curly creams, butters, products in general, for high porosity, you want to stay away from humectants. For low porosity, you want to go towards that. Humectants keep the doors open, like wide open. That is for low porosity people. because we have humectants, there's another thing called emollients. Emollients. Emollients.
Listen, I may not pronounce these words right, but I know what I'm talking about.
These are great for high porosity. These help seal the cuticles so you can hold on to that moisture for a little bit more longer. When you're picking up a product, the first 5 to 7 ingredients matter. If you're low porosity and the first 7 ingredients have to do with anything with protein or something super duper heavy, chances are your hair is not gonna like it. If you are high porosity and the first 7 have to do with humectants, stay away from it. Along with the hair, you need a healthy scalp. All that being said, I want to give out some random tips. They may not be in order, but it's just really good tips just to help one out. For the low porosity people, when styling your hair, after you're done styling, instead of using the blow dryer to diffuse, air dry your hair. The reason being is the longer the hair sits with moisture, the longer it has a chance to just take in and absorb that moisture, which is the whole point. You want your hair to absorb as much as possible. Whether you're high or low, it's best to air dry. If you're looking for something like a speedy up method for your hair, maximum hydration method will help to increase the moisture levels into your hair to transform your dry, frizzy, undefined strands, and it will allow your hair to clump with little to no product. One of the things I think you should always have is a hair steamer. Incorporating a hair steamer in your hair regimen will improve your hair texture. It will smooth your hair. It will help with elasticity, promote growth, and help with frizz. You can even get a handheld steamer. A handheld steamer is for those that like to protective style and you don't wash your hair so often, but you like to refresh your hair. The handheld steamer is bomb. Of course, you need a good detangling brush, one that is not going to rip out your hair. I know a lot of people use denim brushes. I never liked the denim brush. A tangle teaser has always been my go-to. And of course, because you are transitioning, your curls or your kinks, your coils are not always going to be popping, especially if you still have relaxed ends on. I always tell people, a spray bottle. Super important. This one is from Rev Air. This is a mist bottle. Like, look at that. Oh. That being said, let's get into product brands. A lot of people always ask me, what brands did I first use when I first went natural? I know I don't use the typical everyday products that a lot of people cater to. I am very particular what I put into my hair, and I'm very careful and very precise. I do what I know works for me, and yes, a lot of times these are more expensive products. I would never buy something just to be like, oh, look at me, I'm using this and it's like $1. If I don't care for the ingredients, I'm not gonna use it. But with that being said, this journey never stops, and I don't want you ever to feel down upon yourself, to hate your hair. You need to look into that mirror and fucking love yourself. Love every inch, whatever grows out of you. I used to cry every day, okay? But no matter what, I rock the shit out of my hair. We need to stunt on these bitches. I'm so glad I made this video. Whatever comments you guys have, feel free, let me know. I always do my best to answer every single thing and to get you guys going. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you for the next video. Bye, guys.